Hi everyone, it's Ann Huffman. I'm going to show you about knockout, what real knockout is, because we sort of call everything knockout when it actually is not. But I think I can do it in 3 steps, although I typed in here 4 steps. Now, I do not count the prep work as a step, which is to go ahead and have your word typed out and spaced accordingly the way you want it. uh, you lose space when you have an A next to an L. You see all this dead space in here. So sort of think of that if you have the option with the words that you're going to use. You really want to keep words that don't have as much gap in between them. And for Santa, I went ahead and did um, trace and detach to get rid of a lot of the white area around it. Having a lot of white is not good for a real knockout, or any background is not good for a real knockout. You want to try and get rid of the background color. So that's the prep work. So I'm going to move knockout steps up here and let's count them. Step one, you bring your word over to your mat. Make it as large as the mat so that when you're done, you can always downsize it. So the word goes on the bottom, the image goes on the top. Try to position it just where everything fits in. And if you click on the image and then click on the palette, um, tool and use transparency, you can make the image sort of fade in there to know where the cut is going to be over Mrs. Claus' face. I'm going to use the arrow key over and down a little bit. I want to get up. I want to try and get her smile in there. I don't want to lose much of her face. I don't want to lose Santa's eye. So I'm just using the up and down arrow keys with it. So now I have it set the way I want it. I'm going to slide transparency back to full. I don't need this fill. And so that's step one. Step two is to select both of them, make sure they're both highlighted, right click and duplicate. Set one to the side. Do not ungroup it. So now that's step two. So step three is to select modify and crop. Got some little remnants to get rid of, but I'm going to leave them. I'm going to group it. That's step two. Step three is to crop. And then step four is to subtract. Oh, wait. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What did I have on there? Uh, yes. Do I have both of them? Yes, I do. Why are you getting rid of both of mine? Come back here. Okay, so I'll do subtract all then if that's how you want to act. It's supposed to be subtract. So now, um, that was your step four, and we're just going to put them back into this area. And I'm just using the arrow keys. That is the true knockout, although exactly lined up to where you cannot see the edges of the word. That is a true knockout. Right there. And I'm going to group it, and it was 4 steps. Okay. So now let me show you what we're calling knockout that really is not knockout. So I'm going to put this up here, type out Miami, change this font to impact. I need to give some color to help me to see it. And I'm holding the shift key down. Well, actually, I'm going to bring these in a little bit closer. So I'm going to right click and ungroup and just click on the eye. And I'm using the arrow key to bring it in a little closer there. And I'll hold the shift key down with the eye selected and grab the M so I can move both of them at the same time to get over to the A. And hold the shift key down, grabbing the AMI to get over to that I. Doing the same thing, hold the shift key down. I'm grabbing the I and the rest of the letters to get over to the M. And so now I have all of them. I'll right click and group. And so I'm going to just distort them now, in that I'm going to make them bigger to fit over this. Bring it out a little bit more. And I'm going to select the word and the image. The word is on the top, and I'm going to my uh, uh, modify panel and select crop. And that's what we're doing. The only difference is that we want to try and put a line around them so you can really make out the word. And I'm going to click on line. Color, I'll say black is the color I want to use. And I'll click back over here to the line style, and I'm going to thicken it up. So just making it really thick here. And now I've got to scoot them over a little bit. I had them a bit too close together. And I'm going to group, hold the shift key down, and that is really just crop. It is not knockout. Knockout is knocking a hole inside of your words or your phrase and putting an image in it. This, I simply cropped it out. So this is crop, and this is knockout. And so again, be careful when you have a lot of white. You really want to do a trace and detach and get rid of it so you just have the outline of this image when you are doing a knockout. That's really what you want to do. The only other thing that I showed you all was, again, taking each letter and putting a different image in it. But this is using one big image and cropping out your word in it. So that is all it is to it. So we did make the 4 steps. So way to go for me. I'm going to call it um, quits for tonight. So I hope that you all enjoyed this, and if you have any questions, let me know. And I would love to see some knockouts done for holiday, for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And if you do some, please tag me and let me know. Thank you for watching.